guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know I've been gone for a while, and that brings me into this story time. I wanted to do a story time after I shot my first story time. However, I was very hesitant because of a little bit of the backlash I kind of got after I shared my first story time. And then it brings me to a time when I first got saved. So after I shared my story time on my salvation story and clinical depression, it brings me to this one. What I endured after I got saved. Now you would think that after you're saved, you know, you have a newfound hope. You know, it really is like a rebirthing. You know, you become a whole new person. And in that newness, there was a lot of criticism I received, like from people that were still in the world. And a particular one that really struck out to me is I got one from a friend actually, and he was like, oh, now all of a sudden you want to be a Christian? Oh, police, like your punishment is going to be double because you're a hypocrite, you're not a real Christian. I'm like, wow, this is coming from a friend. Like, I'm thinking that because now that I found God, like, people would actually be like, oh wow, if God can, you know, use somebody like her, then maybe God can do something with me. But no, people would rather point out your negativities and point out your past and point out your flaws and your shortcomings. And at one point it kind of made me a little bit sad, and I withheld from posting, but I would still talk about God, and I would still like express my love for him outside of just social media. But it was kind of hard. Like, everything changed for me. Like, I threw away certain clothes, I got a new number, I blocked a whole lot of people because people were just out of control. And people will always be quick to point out, I remember you when you were this, I remember you when you were that, but you can't remember me in my newness in God. But you can't remember me trying to love God more, you know? And it was very hard for me to accept it, but I just stayed focused and surrounded myself with godly people, like Christians, other Christians, and it became like a family. It became more than a friendship. You know, you actually build on something, and that is what made me more grounded in Christianity. And I feel bad because sometimes people may be newfound Christians, but because people are so quick to judge them on their past and so quick to tear them down, they would tend to just turn back to the past as a form of being comfortable. So if anyone is on here that is a new Christian, my advice to you that I took from it is, people will talk. People will say, I remember you when you were this. I remember you were stealing with me. I remember you when you were sleeping with that guy, sleeping with that girl. They will say it. But in all of that, you can also look back and reflect on how great God is and how far he has brought you. Even from all the sins and all the iniquities, still chooses you each and every day to fulfill his glory. And that alone should be more exciting and more hopeful for you than what people say about you. And let me bring you guys to this one. So after I shared my first video, which was my salvation story, another backlash again. People were calling my parents, talking about, oh, what's going on in your house and what's going on at home. Hold up. So when I spoke in the salvation story, I said in the video that this happened, let's say we're 2018, let's say it happened about 5 years ago. And it's crazy how people are now calling my parents to tell my parents that I'm depressed. Now that God has healed me from all of that, now they want to call my parents and tell my parents that I'm depressed. But when I was depressed and walking around in your face, you didn't see that, right? Oh. But yeah, that's people for you. So people would call my parents telling them, oh, I never saw her sad, because people that know they have a problem know how to mask it, because you know that you don't want it to get out. You know that if it gets out, it'll be bigger than how you feel. So people would rather learn how to cover that thing up. And that's what I did. I walked around with a smile 24/7. Every time you see me, I'm smiling, but deep down I'm crying. And people now, when I call my parents, coming to my house to check on me, to see if I'm okay, to see if I have my cut marks. What? Why would you sit there in your head to say, oh yeah, I want to see where she cut herself? What? Why? Those cut marks for me, honestly, are a scar and a representation to me, an everlasting representation of where I was and how dark I was gone. And with that is when I know that every time I look at my scars, I realize that God is greater than all of this. I even wanted to get a tattoo to cover my scars, to get a junior mint tattoo, but then I already made a promise to God that I will no longer defile my body or destroy my body with self-mutilation. So getting the tattoo would make it worse. So I decided I'm not going to get a tattoo to cover it. But constantly, it will always be a reminder to me that God is greater than anything that the devil may suppress you with. So I remember, it's crazy, like my uncle came to my house like not long ago, came to my house and called my parents that, oh, someone called me and someone such and such called me and they said that, oh, Waverly's depressed and she wants to kill herself. Never said that I still want to kill myself. Never said I'm still depressed in the video. I even, like, it's crazy. I don't even want to explain myself, because when you explain yourself to people, it's that you're accepting of what they're saying. But I just wanted to touch on it, that in your newness and everywhere you go, people will talk about you and anything that you do, especially when they know your past. But keep pushing on, keep pushing through. Yeah, they'll talk, but let them talk bad, but God will show you're good. So in that publicity that God will do for you, that is when all your enemies will be shunned. So keep doing what you're doing to glorify your God, and don't worry about what people say, because they'll say a lot. But that's fine. Let God lead you in everything that you do, and He will glorify you always in His time. Thank you for watching this video. So go ahead and comment, share, like, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing more videos and more detailed story times as time progresses. So also, I want to ask that you turn on your notifications so you get an alert anytime I post a new video. So thank you guys for watching. Have a blessed day. Take care.